What really differentiates yoga from physical exercise is the inner awareness and breath control. So don't let your mind wander, keep the awareness within you, focus your mind on your breath, and visualize the part of body you're exercising. That is what will bring maximum benefit through yoga. That is what really is yoga. Otherwise, it's just plain and simple exercise. Yoga is designed to increase energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better. But the same set of palliative yoga exercises also has a therapeutic effect. And Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing. And on the basis of that, we can recommend some very targeted exercises that can benefit your particular condition. So if any of you have any condition you want to talk about, you can email me or you can email Jayashree Prakash. Close to 1,000 people have gone through our yoga therapy program and people have had substantial benefits. Points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction is to keep your spine straight and take support if needed. And do your practices gently without strain. There is a limit in duration or count of specific exercises. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification. But remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other very important thing is regular discipline practice. So if you miss a day, use the video recording from our yoga channel on YouTube, Life in Yoga Rajan, where we broadcast our sessions live and it's saved there automatically. Yoga brings good health of mind and body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family and I will let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste everyone. As usual, we begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. So my usual question for people who have been attending regularly for a month or more, what motivates you to come in regularly? If any of you have not spoken, you can feel free to unmute yourself and speak. Chandrakant Mehta, you want to speak up? Okay, that's good. So,
I'd like to say something.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Like 4 years ago, every year I was getting asthma attack, and this year I did not have any. And I used to have the shoulder pain and the neck pain while I'm sleeping. That's no more. Then I don't have any more clearing of throat because I have a clear throat now. No more mucus buildup behind my throat. And then the last one is carpal tunnel, totally gone.
Thank you for sharing
So
this.
all this is because of pranayama. Most of it is pranayama.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really better off now.
I think most important is regularity of practice.
Absolutely. We don't miss your show.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's begin with the chakra vibrations. Bring your awareness to the perineum and pressing on the little finger with the thumb. We begin with Lam. Take a deep breath in. Lam. Release the finger and continue. Last time. Bring your awareness 1 inch above the perineum, and focusing there, we do VUM, pressing on the ring finger with the thumb. I forgot to ask, if anybody is new, please unmute and say yes, then in which case I'll be more detailed. Okay, so nobody, so we are continuing, pressing on the ring finger with VUM. 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 Release the fingers and continue. Now, bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body, and there we do Ram, pressing on the middle finger with the thumb. Ram. 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 Yum. 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 We were doing Ram. I'm sorry I skipped. Ram. Release the fingers and continue. Ram. Bring the awareness to the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and here we do Yam, pressing on the index finger with the thumb.
Yum.
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 Yum. Yum. Yum. Yum. Release the fingers and continue. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat. Here we do hum. Thumbs up with the loose fist. Hum. Hum. Release the fingers and continue. Last time. Now with the same thumbs up, we focus in the middle of the head. We do chum. Chum. Release the hand and continue. Now bring the awareness to the top of the head, and here we do Om. Again, thumbs up, loose fist. Om. Om. Release the hands, and last time. Now, one more last time, Om. Now we go on to the Ujjayi Pranayama, the happy face breathing. So bring your, so those of you who know how to do it, please proceed. And after every 5 or 10 breaths, you can take a deep breath in and hold the breath and bring the chin down to the chest and hold it for as long as it feels comfortable. Then exhale, you can release. You can do it simply full breath in and full breath out, or you can inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left. Your choice, how you want to do it and how frequently you want to do it, your choice. For those of you who need instruction for the Ujjayi Pranayama, they bring your awareness to the lowermost part of the mouth that connects into the neck, and focusing there, make a big smile, and you will find a slight stretch at the bottom of the mouth that connects into the neck. Focus on that stretch, and as you inhale and exhale, feel the resisted breathing at that point. When you inhale, it'll feel like a mild sucking sensation. And when you exhale, you will feel like a reverse sucking sensation. So in effect, you will feel from the sternum to the head, you will feel that whole area being stimulated. Last inhalation. And if you like to hold the breath, you can. Now we go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness behind the sternum, and from there feel a flow going up middle of the body and out of the top of the head. And the vibration feels like Haim Im Om, and no correlation with the breath. Breath is unconscious breathing like we have most of the day. Now we go on to the circulation mantra. Bring your awareness to the lungs and mentally vibrate Haim, 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 and observe that. Now we can go on to our spinal alignment exercise. Those who want to hold your hands behind your back, elbows, you can feel free to do, and others can do it without that. So as you exhale, gently tilt your head and bring your ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back, expanding your chest, and exhale, go the other way, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back up. Next exhalation, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. With the next inhalation, we take the chin up and take the head back. And as you exhale, bring the chin down toward the chest and continue. Last exhalation, bring the chin down towards the chest, and then we go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle. And exhale, complete the circle and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now let's go in the reverse direction. Last inhalation and last exhalation. And now we go to the shoulder exercise. Inhale, lift up one shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder. Exhale, rotate it back, bring it down. And continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now stretch out the hand in front of you. As you inhale, palm up and extend out the fingers. Exhale, thumbs in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale, stretch out, exhale, down. Continue. Last inhale and exhale. Hold the fist and go around the wrist. Inhale and exhale. Last exhalation. Now we go reverse. Last inhale and exhale. Now, elbows in line with the shoulders and go around the wrists. Inhale, open out the palms, and exhale, close the fist as you go around. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Let's go reverse. Inhale and exhale. Last inhale and last exhale. Interlock the fingers and bring it behind the head. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale the other way, inhale, come back, and continue. Last exhalation, inhale, come back. Get hold of the elbows behind the head. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, pull the other way. Inhale, come back up, and continue. Exhale, pull, and inhale, come back and release the hands. Now, we can get the hands behind the back and get hold of your elbows. Take a deep breath in, expand the chest and pull back the shoulders. And as you exhale, twist to one side, inhale, come back. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back and continue. Last exhalation. Now we get hold of the hips behind the back and we make a backward arch, pushing one hand at a time as we inhale. Inhale, push and make the backward arch. Exhale, release, come forward. Inhale, push the other side and exhale, come forward. Continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we can cross one leg over the other. And as you exhale, pull the knee to the opposite shoulder and turn the head the other way. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we'll cross the leg over the other. And as you exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. Inhale, release. Now we do both the shoulders together. Actually, no, we'll first do the leg exercise and hip exercises. So let's stand up. And as we inhale, we bend at the knees. And as we exhale, we come up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. And those who don't have good balance, you can hold your chair or anything. Inhale down, exhale up. Last inhale and last exhale. And now those who don't have good balance can take the seats. The others can bring the hands behind the back, get hold of the elbow. Take a deep breath in, pull back the shoulders, lift up the chin. And as you exhale, lean forward, keeping the shoulder pulled back and chin up. Lean forward and feel the stretch from the bottom of the feet to the hips and stay there. Inhale and come up and take your seat. And now we will do both the shoulders lifting up together. As you inhale, lift up both the shoulders. Exhale, rotate it back and slowly bring it down. As you inhale, feel the shoulders and the hips lift up. Exhale, rotate it back and feel the whole body and mind relaxing. As you inhale, also feel the vitality go up to or the awareness of the breath go up to the head. And as you exhale, feel it coming downward. Inhale, awareness going up. Exhale, coming down. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we will go on to the, before we go on to the spinal mantra, just check to make sure both the nostrils have equal breath. If they are having equal breath, you're in good shape. If they are not equal, if whichever nostril has less air, take in a deep breath from there and exhale through the opposite nostril. And check to see whether after that both the nostrils become all right. If not, take one more same breath from the nostril with less air flowing and exhale through the nostril through which you have more air flowing. If you do it 2-3 times, it will become completely balanced. Now we can go on to the spinal mantra. We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om.
Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om. Aim Shim Jim Jaim Haim Aim Om.
Now we go on to our Bhastrika Pranayam. So let's get ready. We begin by exhalation. You can keep any hand position. I like this hand position for myself. And when you exhale, feel the compression in the sternum, throat, and the head, the forehead as you exhale. And as you inhale, feel the sternum fill in fully. So with that visualization, we do inhalation and exhalation. At the end of 20 breaths, we take another deep inhalation in, and then we, with the right nostril, and close the and hold the breath, and then we exhale through the left nostril. So let's begin. Exhale. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Take a deep breath through the right nostril, hold, and after a while, exhale through the left nostril. Let's go on to the second round. As you exhale, feel the compression, the three places, and then inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 16. Exhale. 17. Exhale. 18. Exhale. 19. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Keep the eyes closed. Take a deep breath through the right nostril. Hold. Exhale through the left nostril. Let's go on to the third round. Let's begin by exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 30. Exhale. 40. Exhale. 50. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the right nostril. Hold and release through the left nostril. Mentally tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. 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 If you have a personal mantra, you can focus on it. If you don't have a personal mantra, visualize a rising vibration from the middle of the chest, going upward and out of the top of the head. And the rising vibration feels like Haim Em Om. And we will have Om playing in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Become aware of the senses from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the feet. And whenever you're ready to come out of meditation, raise your hands up and bring the palms before your face and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. So with that, we end the session for practice today. But on Sundays, we keep half hour for any discussion. So I will open up to any of you to ask any questions you feel like, any discussion you want. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Dr. Narayan, what's the bigger purpose of life?
Okay. So we can answer that question. Any other questions people would like to add to the hopper? Go ahead, Manjula Kumar.
Dr.
Yes, I have to ask. I would like to ask a question.
Go ahead.
When we do all this mudra and all that, we do the different sounds. Saregama has got all the 7 different vibrations. How come that we do not use Saregama and use this type of wordings? Maybe you might have some sort of an explanation.
Okay, thank you. That's a very interesting question. Okay, and now Manjula Kumar, yes.
Dr. Narayan, I was wondering what is the strategy for a complete meditative experience? I find myself distracted and not always able to. So is there any strategy or is there any mechanism that I'm looking for? Thank you.
I understand. It's a very good question. I will answer that question completely. Okay. Any other questions for the hopper? So there are 3
Yes.
questions asked. Yes.
Dr. Rajan is from
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have problem on this side of shoulder. I cannot turn on the left side. Right side, no problem, but left side, right side, the bony part, it hurts. I cannot turn the left side. What should I do? Exercise.
How is your digestion?
It's good. I have problem with colitis, but it's in control right now.
Okay. How do you control it?
Medications, and I do Kapalbhati every morning.
What medication?
Every morning.
Yeah, what medications?
It's a masalmin, something for ulcerative colitis. I have for 30 years, but it's back and forth flares up, but right now it's okay.
You have that medication, you have been having that medication for 30 years?
Since 97.
Okay, so 23, 24 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when did you start having this left shoulder that pain?
Actually, I had the arm problem for a long time, back and forth, but this one happened last few days back. It's right at the bony part, hurts. I cannot turn the left side.
I see. It is somehow related to your colitis.
I don't know.
It is somehow related to your colitis. So unless that is resolved in a way, we cannot address this. Okay. So I don't have an answer for you how to work on it. What I will suggest is when you do Bahya Kumbhak, does it give you relief?
Yeah, I feel better. I do it in the morning, every morning after drinking a lot of water in the morning.
When you do that, you feel relief in your left side?
It feels a little better. But like I'm sitting here, I want to turn the left side. It hurts here.
Okay. But the thing is, you see, I can only recommend continue with your Bahya Kumbhak. Do more of it before every meal so that you are empty stomach before the meal. and see whether that helps. But it is related to your colitis.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so now we will stop here for questions, and we will answer those 3 questions that are very good questions that have been asked. The first question, I have to say, I really do, the question relating to the Sarigama Pa, the 7 notes in music, and how it relates to the 7 chakras. I really don't have a good answer. I need to go and investigate and think about it. And perhaps next Sunday, I will see if I can come up with an answer for that question. But the one thing I will raise your awareness to is, anybody here have heard the name of Royal Raymond Rife, R-I-F-E? And, there is something called Rife frequency. Nobody has heard of it, right? Actually, another thing is, anybody heard of a person by the name of Swami Ganapati Sachidananda from Mysore, who heals people with music? Okay, you have heard of that person, some of you. Now, yes. So what happens is, in the Buddhist system, they look upon each chakra as a different frequency. Now, very interestingly, the 7 notes in music, it is really that frequency changes by, each is 1/7 of the other. But then you can continue dividing 1/7 down. So you see what happens is, it is just a relative frequency of the 7 that is made for the music. Okay? So I cannot tell how this is related to it. There may be something related to it. In the Buddhist system, they have created for the 7 chakras. In fact, they have the singing bowls, where for each chakra, you can create a different vibration. And I mentioned the name Rife, Royal Raymond Rife. Rife did a lot of research on finding how different frequencies worked on different bacteria and viruses. Okay? And so if you do a research on Royal Raymond Rife, you might see something on the internet. And it is said by some people who knew him, that essentially his healing quality with frequencies were so powerful that the pharmaceutical industry didn't want him messing around with the good business that they had created. That's what, some people write on the internet. We don't know whether it's true or not. He's a person of history, in the sense he's dead and gone many decades. Okay? So you can look at the Rife over there and see whether that gives any insight into it. So I'm sorry I'm not giving a good answer about the 7 notes of music. Although, we all understand that has some curative value. And how it relates to chakra vibrations, I cannot map it today. But coming to the other 2 questions that were raised, one is namely, what is the meaning of life, or what is the purpose of life? And what was the other question?
About meditation.
Yes, meditation. So let me complete the meditation, and then that itself will automatically unfold us to the meaning of life.
Yes.
Okay. So if we go by the Yoga Sutras, the Yoga Sutras essentially says that we are a bundle of programs. And when the programs are activating within us, the programs utilize the energy we have in the system. It utilizes the energy in our system to function. And meditation is also one such program. Okay? So what happens is, we have a certain amount of energy in our system. And how is our energy produced? Every time we breathe, the oxygen blending through our circulatory system with every cell of the body is producing energy, which is heat. And that is what drives each part of the body. Now, given for a normal person, when we are in the awakened hours, our mind is very busy. Mind and the brain are the biggest consumers of energy. And then physically, mentally, verbally, we are doing many things. And even our process of breathing and the involuntary digestion of food that we eat, all of them consume energy. So when our energy consumption is so busy fulfilling so many demands, there is no energy given towards meditation. Now, first question is, what is meditation? Meditation is an English word that simply connotes, from a modern psychological perspective, stilling of the mind. The mind doesn't have thoughts, you still the mind. That is what is considered the goal of meditation. But the meditative process from a modern psychology perspective is keeping the mind focused on something that will lead eventually to stilling of the mind. In the yoga system, we look upon three components of meditation. One component of meditation is the point of focus. Second component of meditation is stilling of the mind. And the third component of it is activating the connectivity from our body into cosmic awareness. Now, this step, I'll go slightly backward. If your mind is stilled and you're still breathing and all the energy is flowing, there is energy available in the body, but it is not getting consumed by other things. Mind is still, activity is not there. And normally in meditation, you have probably heard everybody say, don't start meditating after you have a big meal, right? Because what happens is the energy goes towards digestion of the meal. So when you're light in the stomach and you're sitting to meditate and the mind is quiet and there is nothing in the mind, the energy is released for us to do something else, which is activate our transmitter that opens up for meditative connectivity. And initially, what does it feel like? It feels like peacefulness, openness. And as you continue further, you begin to realize if you have any questions in your mind, like from nowhere you know the answers, that is the development of intuition. And if this continues further and further, that relates to the highest level of cosmic connectivity, whereby you can experience what is the highest connectivity with God, that kind of thing. And so now, through the process of questioning in this process, what is life? What is the meaning of life and all of that? You start getting answers from there. And that is what leads to growing of inner awareness, or Atma Vidya, as we call it, or our innate knowledge base. And that is what makes us a wise person, whereby we become less reactive towards the small things of life. We don't get carried away with little things. If the roof falls on your head, you'll say, okay, we'll fix it. And, let's not kind of lose our, our peace in ourselves just because the roof fell on our head. And it looks like the people in Rhode Island are experiencing it right now, right? So, any case, so that is the higher element of meditation. Let's go one step backward. How do you end up making the mind quieten down? Only if the mind is quiet will you get the energy to stimulate the transmitter, right? So the thing is, how do you get the mind to quieten down? Okay. So essentially, there are two ways to do that. The Yoga Sutra basically says, start by being a person who is not strongly judgmental. In other words, Sutra number 31, I believe, from the first chapter, And by the way, the good news is soon we will be announcing the dates when we'll begin the Yoga Sutra discussion, line by line discussion, and all of you can participate in it. So that sutra essentially says that normal people are reactive, and as a result of which it affects their mental and physical balance, which means they're not in proper, good, healthy shape. So what happens is, when you're in that state, you begin first by being less reactive. And so the prescription is, if you see something that is very good, pleasing going on, just feel happy with it. If you feel somebody is doing some very virtuous deed, then in which case, feel an inner sense of joy related to that. If somebody is doing a wicked thing over there, ignore it and walk away. And if you feel that somebody is in a miserable state, then have compassion towards that. So if you're in that kind of this thing, but what happens is, you can react with these elements, but these elements are basically still reactions. But the point of the Yoga Sutras is, you see somebody in a miserable state, don't start crying, don't become so emotional. Instead, have a sense of compassion, sympathy, and then move along. You see somebody who is doing something wicked, don't get so angry that you start pulling out your weapons to go after that person, and simply walk away from there and don't let that affect you. Don't bring anger onto yourself. Similarly, when you see something good or wonderful happening, don't go jump up with joy, but instead feel a sense of inner happiness and this thing. So what happens is, reactivity is reduced. From this reduction in reactivity, what happens? What are the nature of reduction in activities? Even the amount of words you will use, unless they are purposeful, you don't use the words. And a person who is highly reactive will be talking all the time, giving opinion about everything in the world, commenting on everybody, right? So the thing is, this is the first element. So what does this do? By being in this state for a while, you will find that you have the ability to focus your mind either by looking at a little flame or of a lamp, or you may find that you may focus in some personal God form or whatever, or you might you may sit on the top of the mountain and be admiring the beauty over there. So whatever it is that you engage your mind in, you'll find you'll be able to focus on that. And whatever is something that attracts you, begin by focusing there, the mind will become still there. And once the mind becomes still over there, automatically you become less reactive to other things. Some of you here might have experienced it. Like you may be doing some activity. I don't know whether it is the singing activity or focused on reading something that is so interesting, you're fully engrossed, that you're completely unaware of people calling you or even the phone ringing. If that kind of a concentration happens, that engrossment makes you more and more less reactive. And that less reactive state eventually results in purification of our programs. In fact, Patanjali Muni says that a point of focus that you creates a new program within you, where it says the moment you sit for meditation with that point of focus in mind, immediately it evokes a program that holds all other programs bound down. The word used is, it holds them as a bandi, as a prisoner. It won't let the other programs act up. And so that's why, with a point of focus, when you start doing the meditation, you quieten the mind. When you do that process is called sabija dhyana. In other words, you use a point of focus. However, by using a point of focus, automatically, when you're doing meditation twice a day or so, your life itself begins to change. You become a transformed person. You're less reactive. You're letting things as they come. Whatever life brings, you take it in stride. When you go like that, slowly, more and more programs with which you have come becomes executed and expended. And so the net result, you become more purified in your nadis. When that state happens, then in which case, you don't even need a point of focus. You close your eyes, there is no more thoughts coming. You can be in meditation and mentally let go, ask whatever questions, all the answers come. So this is how Patanjali, suggests that how you can go into meditation, starting with a point of focus. And of course, the point of focus is called dharana. The state of mindlessness is called dhyana, going beyond the dhi or the mind. And then samadhi is the state of connectivity, right? Now, there is a second way in which you can go into meditation into that higher stages. That second way in which you can go into the meditation of higher stages is when you use your personal mantra, which is considered the equal and opposite vibration of the composite of all the programs together activating in your system. That equal and opposite vibration is called your personal mantra, or your personal rik is the word that is used. So if you use your personal rik, it'll immediately quieten everything else. It activates the program to connect for you. That is the concept of the personal mantra. So this is what Maharishi Mahesh Yogi used to propagate, the transcendental meditation. Now, I gave you what I call as the yogic approach to meditation, the dharana, dhyana, samadhi approach, and I explained this to you. Now, from a Western psychological approach, this concept of transcendence is not something that they want to talk about. So here, as you can understand, in what I'm explaining over here is we are saying it is the integration of the body, mind, and spirit, or body, mind, and soul, right? Whereas what happens is, in the Western system, it is more an approach of body and mind into silencing the mind and the body, right? So this is essentially the Buddhist approach. So number of people who come to me who have been doing regular practice of Vipassana meditation, but their deep-rooted problems never get solved. This morning, we had a person in our clinic who has been a regular practitioner of Vipassana meditation, and many, many years, nothing happened. The person has high blood pressure, and the person has pain all over the body. Vipassana meditation does nothing for that person. So what did we do for this person? We asked the person to do 20 breaths, lifting up the shoulders, rotating. And then we asked the person to do Ujjayi Pranayama. And once the person did that, the blood pressure came down, all the body pain disappeared. Okay. So the thing is basically, now of course, if there are other people who have blood pressure, just by doing this, don't think it's going to go for you. It is largely because when we looked at the nadi for this person, we figured what was wrong with that person, and we made that prescription and it went away. It was very fascinating for this person. This person had driven 5 hours this morning to come to our clinic. Okay. And so this person, what happened was, when we did this protocol for this person, I felt we needed to demonstrate to this person. All our numbers are showing it. So what I did is I said, shall we take your blood pressure now? She didn't take her medications today when she came. So the blood pressure was like her normal blood pressure that she reads, like around, 140 by 100 or 80. It is usually between the systolic is the worst one, around 140, that never comes down. And when she takes the medication, it comes down to around 125. So when we took the medication, the systolic was around 140. It was actually 138. And so after once she did this, and she only did 10 breaths of this, and she did 2 minutes of Ujjayi, and then we take the blood pressure, it is 118 systolic. Okay, so you can see how a 20 drop comes in just with, you can imagine, 10 of these shoulder exercises and 2 minutes of Ujjayi probably took like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, right? But 20, this thing dropped for her. So she saw that and went. So this is the nature of it, where when a person is only looking at the body-mind composite, elements related to the spiritual connectivity which causes a disconnect in our program, that causes imbalances, cannot be cured. That is why when we do the chakra vibration and we work with the body-mind soul integration, we are able to deal with many more things. Okay. So now coming back to, so now I have explained, and the reason I am coming to this is the modern psychology and the Buddhist form of meditation is more focused on stilling the mind rather than the transcendental, experience of evoking the intuition and developing one's innate knowledge or Atma Vidya. Anyway, so now let me shift to the other question that was asked.
Thank you, Dr. Narayan. That was very helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I think Naresh asked the question, what is the meaning of life or purpose of life? Okay. Okay. So as the Yoga Sutra says over there, from the Yoga Sutra, this is how we glean, our understanding comes. Well, you all hear about the law of karma. And very often, people will say that our karmas is what projects into the next life. But very rarely do enough people ask the question, okay, I have no problem. I understand this might be the 1,000th life that I am having. But then what caused the first life for me to come in, right? Only if you have the first life, you can start creating karmas to go and propagate more and more, right? So the thing is, you see, the Yoga Sutra says, and this is something, the word that is used is, it is only because of asmita. Asmita is the me, the experiencer of God, that creates all of creation. And this is very interesting because this is very difficult to understand. And there are 2 parallels I can draw for you. One parallel, which is commonly you will say, is God is like an artist. In order to experience oneself, you do your whatever painting or whatever creation you do that creation to experience yourself. So now in Kashmir Shaivism, the way it is explained is, for God, creation is like going in front of the mirror so that you can go and see for yourself what you look like. So think of the parallel, how it works. And so the Yoga Sutra explains that through this process, out of God, the first program that comes out is called Prakriti, Prakrishta Kriti. Kriti means a composition, and Prakrishta Kriti means what is integral to everything that comes out of God. And that Prakriti is simply programmed energy. And that programmed energy, Prakriti, in order to fulfill its purpose, that one program, by the way, a conscious programmed entity in yoga is called a chitta. Each one of you is a conscious programmed entity, chitta. So the Yoga Sutra says that eka chitta becomes anekesham. In order to fulfill the purpose of whatever the initial creation took place, that one cosmic program, Prakriti, becomes many small chittas or small programmed entities in order to fulfill the purpose, the dynamics of creation. So the first creation is not anybody's karmas. It is, you can think of it as the will of God. Okay? But then thereafter, when you react to various things, then you add on more stuff. In the Yoga Sutras, unlike some of the other philosophical approaches, the word used is klesha and karma. Klesha is means, literal translation, you can call it impurity, but what we can understand it as, klesha means the initial program. And then karma is what you react in new programs that you create. So in the Yoga Sutra tradition, we are able to distinguish between klesha and karma as two separate things. Okay? And this is the reason in the Yoga Sutra, it will say that when you're able to have a high level of connection and you're fully integrated with it, you reach a place called Dharma Megha Samadhi. What is this concept of Dharma Megha Samadhi? You're fully connected. Samadhi is the connected state. And that connected state, you are privy to the cosmic purpose because you can intuitively sense it. And in that intuitive sense, you also realize you have programs within that need to be fulfilled. And the programs could be anything. It could be you as a parent, or you as a child, or you as a spouse, or you as a member of the society. Whatever your role or program that might be, all of them need to be fulfilled. And when you're in that connected states, all the programs start executing in a very peaceful way. And whatever you're meant to fulfill the purpose of your life, get done, and then you become free. And when the body falls, there is no more rebirth after that. So the purpose of life is to fulfill our innate program.
Dr. Narayan, you had done a great job in 5-7 minutes, but I'd like to continue it maybe next week. I was in emergency for 3 days in ER, and for stupid reasons, but it's a realization, why did I come to this globe? To produce 2 children, to have some grandchildren, or to remain connected with others, or is there a higher purpose? So I'd like you to, I would beg you or request you to continue this conversation next week maybe, and I'll be very thankful to you. This is a great, fascinating field for me as a scientist, as a person, as a human being. So thank you so much.
So the way to learn is ask questions.
Sure.
So whatever questions you ask, I will try my best to answer.
Thank you, Dr. Narayan. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone, and see you all tomorrow.
Thank you very much. It was very informative and very nice.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Appreciate it.
Dude,
Thanks.
bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Hope you are better, Nareshji, now.
See you all
Thank
tomorrow.
you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad
Thank
you're feeling better.
Thank you very much.
Now.
I think Nareshji is gone.
It was very nice.
Well, he seemed fine, but he was in ER for 3 days. So.